Hey guys, what's up? I am back with a brand new video and it's time to do a check out the performance of the Realme GT Master Edition against the Samsung Galaxy A52s 5G, because the A52s 5G as well as the Realme GT Master Edition and both phones is powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 778G 5G processor. Also we have 8GB of RAM on both phones, and the Samsung is costing around 82,000 PKR in Pakistan market, while the Realme GT Master Edition is costing around 67,000 PKR in Pakistan market, and the Realme GT Master Edition is also manufactured in Pakistan. So in this video I'm going to show you how much a difference between the Realme GT Master Edition versus the Samsung Galaxy A52s 5G in apps opening speed as well as in the boot up test. Also you can see that on the back we have a leather type finish, while on the Samsung we have a plastic back. Also you can see that on the back we have a quad cameras on the Samsung, while on the Realme GT Master Edition we have a triple cameras on the back. We have a 64 megapixel main camera which also has a optical image stabilization. Also we have 12 megapixel ultra wide. We also have 5 megapixel macro and a 5 megapixel depth sensor, while on the Realme GT Master Edition we have a 64 megapixel main camera. Then we have a 8 megapixel ultra wide. We also have a 2 megapixel macro. Also the frame of the Samsung is made up of plastic, while the Realme GT Master Edition has no information on the bottom. We also have a headphone jack on both phones, but on the Samsung we also have a dual speakers, while on the Realme GT we have a single speaker. So now let's quickly boot both of these phones up at the same time. Let's see which one is going to be the fastest one. Here we go. And the logo is came up first on the Samsung as compared to the Realme GT Master Edition. Both phones is running on Android 11. We have Samsung One UI version 3.1, while on the Realme we have Realme UI 2.0, and the Realme GT Master Edition it is more faster when it comes to booting up as compared to the Samsung, about 1 or 2 second difference between these two devices. And guys, now let's talk about the displays between these two devices. On the front we have a 6.4 inch Full HD Super AMOLED display with 120Hz refresh rate, while on the Samsung we also have a 6.5 inch Full HD Super AMOLED display with 120Hz refresh rate, and both phones also has a punch hole which is on the center on the Samsung as compared to on the left hand side on the Realme GT Master Edition. Also you can see that on the bottom chain it is also similar on both phones. Also on the haptics on the Realme GT Master Edition it feels more premium as compared to the Samsung, much better as compared to the Samsung I would say. Also we have a in-display fingerprint scanner. So here is the Samsung looks like, and here is the Realme GT looks like, and the Realme GT it feels a little more faster. Okay guys, everything is closed up in the background. No application is running in the background. Now let's start off with the phone dialer. That is exactly the same on both phones. Next on the list is the settings. That is a little more faster on the Realme GT Master Edition. And guys, now let's go to the display, and you can see we have 120Hz refresh rate on both phones. Now let's see Amazon shopping, and a little more faster on the Samsung as compared to the Realme GT. Let's see the scrolling, exactly the same on both phones because we have 120Hz refresh rate. Now let's open this, a little more faster on the Samsung again. Now check out some games application. Now let's see Candy Crush Saga. Again we have a Snapdragon 778G 5G, little more faster on the Realme GT. So here's the speakers of the Realme GT. Again we have single speaker on the Realme GT, max volume, which is also a really good speakers. But on the Samsung we have a dual speaker, so and the Samsung is give you a stereo effect much better as compared to the Realme GT. Instagram, a little more faster on the Samsung. Let's see pin out, and the pin out a little more faster on the Realme GT if I'm not wrong. Again you guys are the judge of the speed test. Now let's see Snapchat, exactly the same. One thing it is also really good on the Samsung is that when you go to the camera application and when you go right there, and this is the mode which is called as fun. This mode is give you a Snapchat filters right in your camera application, which means that the Snapchat video quality as well as the photo quality should be really good on the Samsung as compared to any other Android phone in this price range. Now let's opening up the Spotify, and the Spotify faster on the Realme GT. Let's see Subwoofer. Again, we have a Snapdragon 778G processor. It is very similar on both phones. Not a huge difference, I would say it is exactly the same. Now let's open the Temper N2 on both phones. And the Temper N2 more faster on the Samsung as compared to the Realme GT. Again, we have a Snapdragon 778G processor, a little more faster on the Samsung as compared to the Realme GT. Now let's open the PUBG Mobile on both phones, launching at the same time. And I also enable a game mode on the Realme GT. And should be very similar. Yes, it is exactly the same on both phones. Also, we have smooth graphics with extreme frame rate on both phones. No advantage on the Realme GT Master Edition because we have same processor. Now let's open the Antutu benchmark on both phones at the same time and a little more faster on the Realme GT. Also, you can see the battery percentage on both phones. On the Samsung we have 83%, while on the Realme GT 43%. Now let's decrease the speakers on both phones. Now let's run this at the same time. Let's see which one is going to be the more fastest one. Looks like the Realme GT a little bit more faster, but let's see at the end who is going to be the fastest one. And now I will be back when the Antutu benchmark is completely done. And guys, I'm back and you can see, and the Realme GT Master Edition is here, more faster is first, and the Samsung A52s 5GT is also right behind there. So here is the scores on both phones. On the Realme GT we have a 5,34,000 scores, while on the Samsung we have a 5,04,000 scores. Also, you can see the CPU temperature is goes up more higher on the Realme GT as compared to only 2 degrees Celsius. Also, you can see the battery percentage on both phones. On the Samsung we have a 78%, while on the Realme GT we have a 38%. Now let's opening up the router, and router a little more faster on the Realme GT. Now let's open Zedge, and the Zedge a little more faster on the Samsung as compared to the Realme GT. So last time launching the cameras on both phones, the for camera application. Now let's see that which one is going to be the fastest one. That is more faster on the Samsung as compared to the Realme GT. Again, we have a 64 megapixel main camera on both phones. We have optical image stabilization on the Samsung versus a no optical image stabilization on the Realme GT Master Edition. And guys, now let's see internet browser speed. I am seeing the for Samsung internet browser on the Samsung versus a Google Chrome on the Realme GT Master Edition. Now let's open wikipedia.org, a little more faster on the Realme GT. Now let's see the scrolling, and that is feels very smooth on both phones. Again, we have 120Hz refresh rate, no issue whatsoever. Now let's open English, and also exactly the same. Let's see the scrolling, it is exactly the same again, no lag whatsoever. Next on the list is the apple.com. Apple.com faster on the A52s 5G, little more faster there. Now let's see the scrolling, and that is feels again really smooth on both phones. Again, we have 120Hz refresh rate. And guys, now let's see RAM management on both phones, and both phones has a 8GB of RAM, and both phones also has a extended RAM feature. Now let's see that who is perform good in the RAM management. And you can see, and the Realme GT Master Edition automatically remove the phone dialer as well as the settings, Amazon shopping, and the Candy Crush. It is not available on the Realme GT, I don't know why. Now let's see Instagram, no refresh. Now let's see Snapchat, no refresh. Now let's see phone dialer on the Samsung, no refresh. Now let's see settings, no refresh. Amazon shopping, it is a refresh on the Samsung. Let's see Candy Crush Saga, refresh. Instagram, no refresh. Now let's see Pinout, no refresh. Now let's see Snapchat, no refresh. Now let's open the Spotify, no refresh. Now let's see Subway Surfer, no refresh. Also you can see that on the Subway Surfer as well as the Temper and 2, it is not available on the Realme GT. I don't know why, but I think that the gaming mode on the Realme GT Master Edition is killing those applications in the background automatically when I open the PUBG mobile game with the gaming mode. Let's see Temper and 2, that is refresh on the Samsung. Now let's see PUBG mobile, no refresh, also not available on the Realme GT. Now let's open the Antutu benchmark, that is also no refresh on both phones. Again you can see the battery percentage. Now let's opening up the Twitter, no refresh. So now let's open Zedge on the Samsung, no refresh. Open the internet browser, also not refresh. And guys, over I have to say regarding the app's opening speed, as you can see that and the Realme GT Master Edition as well as the Samsung A52s 5G and both phones is perform very similar in the game app loading time as well as in system based application, but you can see that in terms of the RAM device and the Samsung is perform much better as compared to the Realme. We have 4500 mAh battery size with the 15 watt fast charging, while on the Realme GT we have a 4300 mAh battery size with a 65 watt super fast charging. That's about it, and thank you so much for watching this speed test comparison between the Realme GT Master Edition versus the Samsung Galaxy A52s 5G. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel for daily tech videos and follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well, and I will see you in my next video. Peace out.